Hey, what's up? It's Jim, and this is the Old Review Omnibus, Volume 11. And the theme of this Old Review Omnibus is comedies. This is just presenting old comedy reviews. And although many times and often these Old Review Omnibuses are a lot of reviews from the rough cuts, which are actually already online, they're just new to this channel. These four have not been on this channel in a while, and have not been publicly available in years and years and years. So if you're wanting to watch stuff from me that is older, that has sort of not been available in a while, this is the Old Review Omnibus for you. Until you watch the quality of them, then you'll be like, I sort of like the rough cut ones more, but you know, that's your own thing. But this one has four comedy reviews, most of which are in my old apartment. The first one is at an old place I used to work, and yeah, so the first one is The Other Guys, which I even talk about. There's a supposed spoiler section, just talks about the credits, because they do this thing which would later, I guess, sort of influence Adam McKay's next film, and obviously show more in Adam McKay's next film, The Big Short, or maybe it was two films from then, whatever. His later film, The Big Short. But I do criticize that. So these are a lot rougher. These are probably like at latest 2010, 2009, 2010 kind of reviews. So be wary, I guess. After that is going to be a review of Hot Tub Time Machine. And I don't think I shaved very well for any of these. Not that I did today, which I should have done. So sorry about that. So I'm a little disheveled in all of these, actually. But yes, so Hot Tub Time Machine is the second review. It has a cool beat in the background of music, but it's a bit of a, I don't know. None of these reviews are great, but whatever. Then after that is Get Him to the Greek, which I like. I think I was a little too negative about in the review. And after that is a review of the film Extract, which is a Mike Judge film that sort of nobody remembers now, it seems to be forgotten, although it's a pretty forgettable movie, so that's understanding. That one actually doesn't have music in it, because that was before I put music in my reviews, and if you're wondering why do you do that, watch the Extract review and you'll find out. Anyway, I hope you enjoy these reviews, long since unavailable, just sitting on a hard drive collecting dust, which will now be available for you in this video. I hope you enjoy them, and I'll see you at the end.
Hey, what's up? It's Jim, and I just got back from the new film, The Other Guys, which stars Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg, and is directed by Adam McKay. This is the fourth film that Adam McKay's directed, each of them starring Will Ferrell, and each of them basically have the same structure. You have Will Ferrell, he's in a situation, he's very comfortable in this situation, he's been doing it for many years, and then some new event happens in which his life is changed, and in that event he fails tremendously, and then at the end he rises up in a triumphant scene which ends in a happy ending. They always use this structure. The only thing about this movie that I think, when you look at something like Get Him to the Greek, which is really, really funny, is that that movie doesn't really care about the plot. Get Him to the Greek is more about making you laugh than like making you care. Like, who cares about him getting to the theater? That's not even really, I felt like, the point of the film. You know, this whole genre, or if it is even a genre, of combining like comedy with cop action, it just feels like they're not really into it. They don't really care about the genre of crime films. They're just like, wouldn't it be funny if this cop and this cop? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure that would be hilarious, but like, do something with it. Will Ferrell is really playing kind of against type in this. He usually is a lot more flamboyant, like Ron Burgundy, really kind of loud and boisterous. Yeah, they always kind of make a scene and draw your attention. This is like a lot more of a subdued character, which is kind of an interesting thing for him to do, especially with McKay. That seems to be like when you see Step Brothers, that they like kind of know what they're doing. In this, they're like, hey, let's do something different, and I don't think it works as well. Now, there are comedians in this film, obviously. You know that. You have Ryan Riggle, and is that his name, Ryan Riggle? But it's not fully populated with comedic actors. I mean, even the parts with Samuel L. Jackson and Dwayne, or The Rock, and all that stuff, they're not really utilized well enough, and I feel like Adam McKay, maybe his strong point is working with other comedians. I feel like Will Ferrell almost like he breathes comedy, and he needs other people like that. That's why like Anchorman works so well. That's why him and John C. Reilly work so well together. And Mark Wahlberg, I don't know, I think the problem with Mark Wahlberg is he's almost like a dicky jock. And like, sometimes that dicky jock can be funny, but most of the time he's just kind of annoying and not funny. I didn't really think Michael Keaton, it was cool that he was in a comedy and he got some work and stuff, but he really wasn't as funny as I would like him to be. Michael Keaton, I feel like, he's there and he's doing Michael Keaton stuff. It's just like, let him do something crazy, you know? You wanna get nuts? Let's get nuts! I just can't recommend it too much. I kind of think, you know, it's fun, it's alright. There's parts that really had me cracking up. Steve Coogan's bribing them. I think that's hilarious, and there's plenty of parts like that. You know, it's not really that bad. I would say it's okay, but if you haven't seen a Will Ferrell, Adam McKay kind of comedy before, I would say see Step Brothers or Anchorman, or even Talladega Nights over this. I'm not saying this is horrible or anything. If you have seen the other guys and would you like to speak about it in the comments, then comment down below. The comments are located. And subscribe if you would like to. And Free Mumia. The end credits are really interesting because it puts on this whole thing, like, it talks about corporate greed and how much money, like, one executive's got this year and how it escalated so high and all this stuff, and because they're fighting corporate greed, which really, the corporate greed thing, only at the end are you really thinking about it. I feel like I should have been seeing this movie more for the jokes and less for Adam McKay's social commentary. I was not really interested in that. I mean, the cartoons are interesting at the end, and like having this thing about corporate greed while listening to Rage Against the Machine covers Maggie's Farm was like, what the fuck is going on right now? One of the more memorable end credit sequences of the year, certainly. Hey, what's up? It's Jim, and I just got back from the new film Hot Tub Time Machine. And this is, basically, it's what you see is what you get. If you're going to see Hot Tub Time Machine, I think you'll get exactly what you expect. And that's like, you know, a stupid, silly comedy. It's alright, you know, I kind of like the time travel thing. Crispin Glover having a cameo, that was funny. It is very cartoony, in a way, even though it's not a cartoon, but it just kind of had that kind of humor. The cast was fine. There's some parts of me that are like, but overall I had a good time. You know, I really have to emphasize though, if you don't really like the 80s, don't see this movie. This is like a lot of 80s stuff. Obviously it is, I don't know why you would. You're like, I hate the 80s, but I'm gonna go see Hot Tub Time Machine, that'll work out. And every time in one of these movies I'm like, this is gonna be great, this is gonna be awesome, yeah! And like, I don't know why I'm kidding myself, because really it was stupid. I mean, it was stupid and fun, but it's not like incredibly amazing must see. I think I always wanted to be, but something like, you know, Hulkverse was, because that was amazing. The kind of cinematography in the present and then in the past, that was cool. They did have this one part at the end where someone dubbed in later, like in post, dubbed in a line about Tiger Woods, and it reminded me in The Critic, where like, they would animate Jay Sherman just speaking, like going like that, you know, just his mouth, and then have John Lovitz add like double line later that was like a current reference, you know. But as you can tell, it looked really fake, but they could get that reference in there, and they'd hope most people wouldn't notice. If you want to see Hot Tub Time Machine, you should see it. But if you have no interest in it, it's not gonna, you know. It also reminded me of those Brady Bunch movies in the 90s. Remember those? Kind of a little bit of that. You know, it reminded me of a 90s comedy. In a good way, you know. If you like Airheads kind of thing. Airheads is better. Did people get so uptight about film? I mean, come on. I know nobody's gonna see The White Ribbon, but, like, you need to chill out. It's Hot Tub Time Machine. You know what I mean? So if you've seen Hot Tub Time Machine and want to speak about it, or whatever, comment below, and subscribe if you would like to. That's it. Hey, what's up? It's Jim, and I just got back from seeing the new film, Get Him to the Greek, which is the sequel to Forgetting Sarah Marshall, starring Jonah Hill and Russell Brand. Now, I didn't really like Forgetting Sarah Marshall that much, and I don't really care for Russell Brand that much either, so I was kind of going this, like, alright, I'll do it, you know, and it was fun, and funny. I don't think it's a really well-made film or anything, but it was just like a good experience going to see it. I had a good audience, and it was really humorous. It was really funny. At the end, it kind of falls apart and gets a little weird, but I think the jokes are really good, and I think you'll have a good enough time throughout that you'll like, oh, that was a good time, man. I like that. So it's a good, like, summertime comedy. It's light, I guess, but it's good. This is not as good as some of the better Apatow stuff, or it's, you know, not one of the greatest comedies ever or anything. Jonah Hill is playing a role that you usually see kind of like Michael Cera play. It's more of a quieter, nicer guy, you know. He usually plays kind of a jerk, I guess, but he's playing against type, and he does a pretty good job. Russell Brand's using his rock star persona kind of thing, And using it in a good way in this, I think it really works for him. It kind of reminded me of like Peter Sellers kind of movie, like I Love You, Alice P. Tompkins, and stuff like that. Those kind of Peter Sellers comedies from the 60s. Oh, I also like Puffy. Puffy was really good. I was surprised that he could be so funny. So, you know, he did a good job in the movie. And the way they use kind of celebrity cameos worked a little more organically than usually it does. So I was glad, you know, it wasn't just stupid. Some clips from the ads, like the adrenaline needle thing, aren't even in the movie for some reason. I don't really understand how that worked out. But it just kind of seems like they're like, you know what, it doesn't matter if we have all the details here. What matters is this is fun and funny enough, and you have a good time. That's really what I got from this, is that was their goal, and that's what they achieved. I don't think it's like you need to go see it. I just think if you're gonna see it, you'll be completely satisfied. So this isn't a film, a comedy you like discuss and you sit around and you think about it. I feel like this is just something you sit down, you laugh at. It's got a lot of jokes, like jokes. Yeah, it was silly, but like it's probably the funniest movie I've seen this year. That doesn't mean it's the best comedy. I just think it's the funniest. So if you have seen Get 'Em to the Greek and you'd like to talk about it, then comment below and subscribe if you would like to. That's about it. God, summer is hot. Ick. Hey, it's Jim. So I just saw Extract, which is a new Mike Judge film. I was really excited for this because, of course, I like Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill and The Recent Good Family, and I liked Office Space and Idiocracy. So I was really hyped for this movie. This is a good film. It's a good comedy. You know, I think it's really well-made comedy. A lot of comedies are kind of like really cliche. If you look at The Hangover, it's really expected, cliche. And this wasn't. This was like, I mean, there were, I guess, cliches and things you knew they were coming, but I was kind of like, it wasn't as like I could see it a mile away from The Hangover. In this, I could like kind of go with it, and I liked where I was going, and it was fun and all that stuff. You know, Jason Bateman was good. He's basically just doing his regular Jason Bateman thing from like Arrested Development. Mila Kunis was alright. You know, Ben Affleck was kind of funny, and yeah, I mean, I would say if I was going to do this on the Mike Judge filmography scale or whatever, I would put this. I would probably say I like this more than Idiocracy, and not as much as Office Space. This is like his only real follow-up to Office Space. I mean, you could say Idiocracy was one, but it's really a different film. I mean, it's a good comedy. It's, you know, reminded me a lot of King of the Hill. Office Space reminded me a little of King of the Hill, but this, like, I felt like this could have been a King of the Hill episode almost. Not like, you know, that there's a Hank Hill or character type person or anything, but it's really good. I really like the neighbor. You know, everybody seems to like him. I liked all the ZZ Top. Yeah, I don't know. I like Mike Judge, and if you like Mike Judge, you won't be disappointed. If you like King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead. Actually, you know what? If you like King of the Hill, you know the Beavis and Butthead part, you'll probably like it. See Extract. It's good. If I had to make a list of the best comedies of the year, I don't know why I would, but if I did, I would put this on there. It's a good comedy. It's well made, and it's well structured as well. So, you know, if you've seen Extract, tell me what you think below in the comments. And subscribe if you would like. So yeah, talk to you later, and that's it. Bye.
So that was it. A lot of me wearing red shirts, I guess, referring to Get 'Em to the Greek, and then actually having Get 'Em to the Greek, and so forth. So yeah, that was another Old Review Omnibus. There's not too many left of these I can do, but there are a few. But I hope you enjoyed, you know, getting a glimpse of where this channel started, all the picture things, is like all those kind of reviews. And I'm glad to kind of let these out, I guess. I guess I am. Anyway, this was the Old Review Omnibus Volume 11. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to talk about any of the movies that I reviewed within the Old Review Omnibus, being The Other Guys, Hot Tub Time Machine, Get 'Em to the Greek, or Extract, then comment below in the comments. And subscribe if you would like to.